So the anniversary livestream has a lot of information that we need to digest, and I cannot cover it all in one video. So I will be specifically focusing on everything new that is being added today because, guys, there's a lot. This was a very packed livestream, full of information, full of a lot of really interesting things that aren't necessarily directly related to what's being added, but like the reasoning and I guess thought process behind it. I personally enjoyed looking at all the information. Shows that developers have been listening and monitoring all of the issues in the community, and a lot of it is just showing that they understand what's wrong with the game and that they do want to try and fix it, and they will be trying to fix it, as you will see in a little bit. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, a really big thing that they showed off was that they will be changing how a lot of game modes work. As you see this little graph, there were structural problems in the early stages of the game. There's a lot of competition with the game modes. So as you know, we have like champion raids, ranked raids, infinite labyrinth. A lot of them are very competitive. And then we also have the absence of fun and growth. So like there's not a lot of fun in progressing your characters. And their new goal is going to be immersive action and achievement focused growth, and to provide the fun of challenge without the stress of competition. So what does this mean? Well, we actually see that they are going to be improving a lot of the game modes, or pretty much every single game mode. So first of all, for the story mode, the current structure is an adventure-based / control-oriented game mode. They want to change it to a roguelike / combat action and a new narrative-focused story mode. What does this mean? I assume it means we will get something like the Green Bell story event that a lot of people really liked. Now, it says this will be coming by late August, so we probably won't see that for a tiny while, but it does show that they are not happy with the current direction of the story and the story mode, and that we will probably be getting a slightly downsized but more fun, more action-packed, and much better written story mode. As for a lot of these other game modes, they do actually talk more about them later on, but for the raid mode and champion raid mode, they are both competitive focused, but they do want to change this for raid mode to be more challenge oriented, and for champion raid to separate the top raid focused on clearing and the raid focused on farming. As for Tower Arena, instead of it just being a mode that's kind of just always there, they do want to improve it in the form of seasonal events and modes. As for character growth, account growth, whatever, some kind of progression, and then character operation, for the growth, they want to change it. Currently, it's growth restrictions. They want to alleviate the burden of producing growth elements and add new growth elements. So we will be seeing some changes in the equipment system in some way, shape, or form. And as for the operation of characters, so playing the character, instead of it just being advanced cookie manipulation, they want the content to kind of be able to be enjoyed at any level, right? Because currently that can be an issue in some game modes, so I think we will see something change there. So the first thing that they are going to be changing that is coming with this update is going to be a lot of the support equipment sets, more specifically the Ghost Captain set. So they did actually show a little graph that shows that a lot of people don't have Ghost Captain built, and that it's kind of just like a very short in supply kind of thing, and that there's a bigger demand for a lot of the elements than there is players that have it. So they are changing how it works so that way that doesn't happen. As you see, whenever using a tagger or support special skill, it will decrease the defense of enemies around you by 10% for 15 seconds. That's kind of how it works currently, but it's a little different. And then it increases all attribute damage by 30%. So it can no longer be used on fighters, which is very interesting. And as for all of the other equipment exclusive to non-fighters, so for taggers and translations, they will be changed to only be activated for non-fighters. So only non-fighters can use all of these different equipment sets. I mean, realistically, the only one that was being used by non-taggers or non-supports was Ghost Captain. So this is kind of just streamlining it a little bit. This is a good change. I think it will prove to be a good change. And if you are upset, don't worry, there will actually be an exchange event. You will be able to exchange your Ghost Captain sets for other equipment sets. You will also be able to get all of your coins and hidden power points and whatnot back, along with the coins and stuff used to level them up. So it seems like they will be compensating players for this, which is fantastic if you don't want to keep your current Ghost Captain sets. And there will be an application form posted on June 25th. Now, another very big thing is you will now be able to craft any artifact you want. Yes, you can craft all artifacts with artifact fragments, including new artifacts. You will be able to do this in an unlimited amount of times, and that is amazing. And it says they are also preparing to improve the problem of unused surplus artifacts. So this is a very good change. You will finally be able to craft any artifact you desire instead of having to wait a certain number of cycles in order to do that. thank you, Devsisters, for actually listening to player feedback on this end. Now, they do show another graph that I think shows that a lot of players have a lot of equipment that they don't use. So in order to fix that, the alchemy event will be held every single month instead of it just being like, oh, maybe we'll release it, maybe we won't. Along with something to do with blueprints, I'm not entirely sure what this means. It says 3 pieces of spare equipment, 1 blueprint for each total piece. Again, not entirely sure what that means. It seems like when breaking them down, like when breaking down spare pieces, you will be guaranteed to get blueprints or something. And the big thing, whenever you hit pity on raid, you will be able to select whatever piece of equipment you want. That is fantastic. That is an amazing change that changes literally everything. We've been getting a lot of really good changes recently, and this is definitely going to be a game changer and make people want to play raids a lot more. Now, they do show another graph that shows something to do with like percentages for like macros and some other things, but because of translations, it's a little rough. But it says they are going to try and make the game not require macros. The big thing with macros is I think the developers feel that there's an issue if people are using macros, not necessarily because people are cheating, but because people feel the need to cheat. Because the game is too hard and does require cheating for you to get the best results. So I think they have already done this in the past with jalapeno and basil pesto, where they change how they work so that way they can't be macroed because, you know, there's no reason to macro them. So it seems like they are planning to fix that with maybe new content, maybe making sure new characters aren't super duper complex where they will require that and whatnot. We are also getting a new honor system that will have some fun profile customization and some like new borders and stuff, and also some new badges and achievements. And yeah, we'll see how this plays out. They are very vague. Maybe once the update video or like the update trailer actually drops, we will see more about that. Now, another thing is that they will be improving raids. So because there's a lot of bosses that kind of have weird invincibility phases that no one really likes actually playing against, they say that they will actually be only focusing on bosses that don't have that. So Flame Bloom, Berry Bat, and Magmog. The translation is kind of funny. Improvements of homework, fatigue, and the content itself. So maybe they will be changing the other bosses. I'm not entirely sure, but it does seem like that they want to make sure that raids are easier to clear as opposed to just waiting for that invincibility phase to end that takes up like 30 seconds and it's just not fun to play against, and it's tiring to play against. Now, moving on to ranked raids, this is very exciting. I'm very excited for this. So they say that ranked raids currently has high barriers to entry and low rewards. Absolutely true. Well, their solution will be in the form of weekly challenges and some kind of rebalancing. Not entirely sure what that means, but so we will have to see. But the big thing is that instead of it just being a rank-based mode, you actually get a one-time clear reward. That is amazing. That's how it always should have been, because I'm pretty sure 90% of the player base never touches that mode because it's just not fun to play and there's like really no reward for playing it. So making it something you get a reward for the first time you clear it per, I guess, week is fantastic. I will absolutely be playing ranked raid once this is introduced in late July and maybe early August. So we will see how that goes. Next up is guilds. So they will be changing some of the guild content. They say that for new users, there's like a lack of growth and unable to enjoy rewards and content. So their solution for that will be that there will be at least one map in guild battles with all attributes. So you know how like there's all the different guild battles with like different elements? Well, they will make sure there's at least one that is all elements. I assume this is because not everyone will have every single element built. So it makes it kind of hard if there's 3 elements in a little time period that you cannot participate in because you don't have teams built for that. So that is a fantastic change. As for guild requests, they say that rewards will be reorganized to focus on individuals, so individual rewards. And I'm not entirely sure how that will play off, but we will see how that works. Maybe it won't no longer be a team effort, but hey, we will see. Moving on, we have cookie training, and they are actually optimizing that. So they point out that it's very flawed because some cookies have had it 2 times, some cookies have had it 0 times, and they want to fix that. So to fix that, there will now be 3 training events going on at once instead of 2. Not only that, but the regular points obtained from raids and I believe tower rifts is going from 30 to 60. That's amazing. This is an amazing change. This will make it so much easier to get cookie training, even during events, but also just whenever. And I'm glad that they are focusing on this because it was such a flawed system. And despite being useful, some cookies just never got a chance to do it. And even if they still don't, at least you will be getting a lot more points from doing content. As for Tower Arena, their goal is to provide an immersive experience. So based on what they have collected during the beta, they're going from a regular mode to season content operation transition. No idea what that means. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that means. So maybe Tower Arena might be going away for a while, but it says their goal is by the end of 2025. We'll see. So season content operation transition, I don't know what that means. This might just be a wonky translation moment, but we'll have to see what they do here. Maybe there will be like special events going on in it for like rewards and whatnot, so that could be interesting, but we'll have to see what they can do with that, because at the end of the day, Tower Arena is a PvP mode. Yeah, it is nice to see that they are trying to fix it though. Now, this is interesting. They are trying to improve the patch notes. This doesn't directly fix the game, but in this screenshot, we actually see that Sunday Cookie is a dark fighter and a it doesn't actually state it, but she is a smash type cookie, so she will be our third dark fighter, and she will definitely bring the power level of dark type cookies up, because right now dark is kind of suffering. But that's very cool. We have a new dark type DPS. The patch note improvements, not entirely sure what it will entail, but we will have to see. Patch note improvements, good thing. I don't have much to say about it. Now, some miscellaneous improvements. They will be improving the stamps tab. They will be improving the index, and you will also be able to have status messages now. Yay! I love the status message thing. A lot of people, it's really useless. Like, let's be honest, it's so useless. It's not really needed. But this is just something that a lot of people have wanted, and it shows the developers are listening. It shows they're listening, and that's a fantastic thing. Now, obviously, they show off the new cookies. We have Sunday Cookie. We have a Banana Roadie Cookie, along with some events and stuff. We have a new story mode chapter coming out, so that's expected. Obviously, we have fun new stuff to do. Along with that, we have the first Abyss cookie. So it seems like they are called Abyss cookies. Might be a translation thing, so they might not actually be called Abyss cookies. We will just have to wait and see for whatever official English information we get. But yeah, we have Milan cream cookie. That'll be cool. Now, they're actually changing champion raids. So this is very controversial. I personally like it. I'll be honest, I like it. I didn't like champion raids. I think the mode sucked. I thinked, Sparky, you're smarter than this. I thought it was such an unfun mode. So I like this. I know a lot of people don't. They're changing champion raids to a clear form. So you clear it once and that's it. So it's going from 6 players to 4 players. And it seems like what they will be doing is make it so you fight the boss, you beat the boss, and that's it. It's not you keep going, you try and get the highest score possible. I think this is a good thing and a bad thing. I think it should have stayed 6 players because it kind of allowed for some fun team compositions to happen there. But changing it to a clear format instead of it being point-based is very healthy for the game. It was a mode that a lot of people hated playing, and it kind of felt aimless. You were just trying to go for the highest score possible, and they actually mentioned that somewhere in the live stream that it was just unfun sometimes to play modes, because if you didn't get the desired result, it was just a waste of time. So changing it to something where you clear it and that's it is actually fantastic. Now, will they keep this point scoring? Maybe, but it seems like that at the very least there will be a form of champion raid where you just clear it and that is it, and I will definitely be playing that. Now, we are also getting an amusement park event to go along with the anniversary. We are getting some fun little mini games. One showed its jelly bean bumper car ride, so some fun bumper cars, and you just like run into stuff. There's a rolling party track. Not entirely sure what that means. Jump on the track and collect as many crystals as possible. So just like a fun little run around thing. And I think there's another kind of mini game, but we'll see what that is. A new event mode, which looks to be some kind of like roguelike. I don't know. That looks very interesting. It seems like we have items and stuff to change how you play the game, called Protect Sugarland Defense Front. So that looks fun. I'm sure that'll be really fun to play. As if you can read the items, it seems like, yeah, they're like, you get them and they change how you play your character. So that is very, very interesting. That might be the thing I'm most excited for, honestly. That'll be really fun. Moving on from that, we actually have new equipment. So there will be first anniversary only equipment. It's essentially the same thing as TBD. So, yep, it's TBD set. But it starts at level 3 potential immediately upon acquiring it, so it'll be easier for new players to get and do. Seems like this is what Sunday Cookie will want, so that's kind of cool. That kind of makes it easier for us guide makers. And you can achieve 5 stars for all of it through anniversary events. But we are getting 3 other new equipment sets. That's exciting. So it states 70% of performance of existing equipment sets. So these might specifically be for new players, but I don't know. It says we have a new set for fighters, taggers, and supports. We will have to see what this does. It says new user boosting, so this might specifically be for newer players, but I'm not entirely sure. We will see when this launches or whenever we get more official English information about it. Now we get some other information. We are getting a selective draw, so the cookie select banner that we currently have, cookie experience, so maybe cookie XP points, account level 200 expansion. That will be cool for people who have been playing for a super long time and are completely maxed out. Shadow subjugation added, no idea what that is. New extreme boss challenge, let's go. And the first anniversary lobby, which we do actually get a little preview of. We're also getting an official collaboration with both CookieRun Kingdom and CookieRun Oven Break. Cream Soda Cookie is coming to CookieRun Kingdom, and CookieRun Oven Break is getting her little witch costume that we have here in Tower of Adventures. That's super duper cute. Also seems like there will be a Korean like influencer like live stream, so that'll be kind of interesting. I don't know how many people from like the Korean community are watching me, so this probably doesn't mean much to a lot of people, unfortunately. They also introduced the all the events that I talked about in my last video, which I would highly recommend you go watch if you have not watched it already. And finally, the pre-registration for the anniversary. Whoa, that was a lot of information, guys, wasn't that? So it seems like this anniversary is going to be massive, massive, massive. I am so excited. It seems like they are finally fixing everything. And while a lot of what I talked about today will not be coming with the anniversary, right? Here's a quick little roadmap that I forgot to show. It shows the date of everything we are getting. Just pause if you want to read it all. So yeah, we won't get all this immediately. I think that is okay, but it shows that they are trying to fix stuff, and that is a fantastic thing. Let me know what you guys think. I'm personally very excited. I know there's a little bit of controversial stuff with the champion raid changes, but I think everything else is undoubtedly amazing. I like the champion raid changes. I kind of wish it stayed 6 players, but we will see. Anywho, I will catch you guys all in the next video. If there's more information, I will obviously be sure to update you guys on it. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.